Brian Kelly is out in Death Valley. LSU informed the team that head coach Brian Kelly is gone at LSU. They are firing him after a very, very embarrassing defeat at the hands of the Texas A&M Aggies in Death Valley on Saturday night. What was the final score? Ended up being like 49-25. Brutal, embarrassing loss, and LSU finally said enough's enough, and they are moving on from Brian Kelly. James, where do you go next if you're LSU?
Oh my gosh, you're talking about LSU. I've seen all the hot takes. I've seen Brian McFadden say bring back Nick Saban. I've seen Lane Kiffin train is always coming through. If you want to be crazy and go hot takey, someone who always is a hot take, but he'll quit on your team when he gets a little sick. Give me Urban Meyer, man. Come down to the bayou, big dog, and try to get this shit back. Hold up. First of all, I want to say this, Spence. Did Brian Kelly deserve to get fired? I'll say it like this. To LSU standards, yes. To what the expectations was, yes. But in all honesty, Brian Kelly was probably what, 39-13. He was 5-11 against ranked teams. Did he ever make the playoffs?
I don't believe so.
You know who else hasn't made the playoffs? Guy named Lane Kiffin. You want to hear something else? I think Brian Kelly beat Alabama 2 years ago. You know when the last time Kirby Smart beat Alabama? Was like 2022.
It's been a while. Well, the standards are different when it's. I feel like LSU is one of those jobs. It is, even in the SEC, it is like premium job. They have way more resources, more money than a lot of these other schools you're mentioning right now. And I think that's probably why the standard's a little higher. But you're just spitting facts, James.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like expectation-wise, yes, he did fail. Of course, he wasn't the vibe. Look what he did in Notre Dame. You got to bring in winners at the end of the day. Now, of course, somebody can come back and be like, "Well, Ed Orgeron wasn't a winner." Hey, that's true too. But then again, he was the vibe. Go Tigers, go Tigers, yeah, go Tigers. Hey, that sounds pretty good actually. But in all honesty, LSU's got to find somebody who's going to just throw it out there, throw the playbook out there. Heck, I'll say this, Spence. I don't believe he should be the next LSU coach, but I wouldn't. Somebody who's going to dominate an offense like like a college elite mind offensive coordinator. You know, like I don't see somebody like Cliff Kingsbury, who's in the NFL, coming back. He wasn't much of an anything in Texas Tech. So who do you go for, Spence? I'm not gonna lie. You got to go to the guy who's always came to every program and has won something, you know, even if at Utah, won a Sugar Bowl against Alabama, won at Florida, won at freaking Ohio State. Can you get Urban Meyer off the freaking Big Ten kickoff stand? I don't think you can, but if I'm LSU, find somebody under Kirby Smart's defensive side. Maybe that'll bring back some life into the old LSU days when you had Ryan Clark, Tyrann Mathieu, Marcus Spears, and all those other guys.
Well, let me give you the top 3 betting odds to be the next coach of the LSU Tigers. Obviously, the big name that's in the rumors right now, Lane Kiffin's got the 3rd best odds, 4-1. Would he leave Ole Miss? I really don't think so. I don't know if people are just trying to make the link because there's been rumblings in the past, but now this year it's kind of been amplified with his daughter dating an LSU player. I feel like that was an easy connection there. Number 2 is probably the name I find the most interesting. It was the name that came to my mind first, was Joe Brady, the former offensive coordinator that won a national championship with the LSU Tigers, is now in the NFL as the offensive coordinator in Buffalo. He's gotten rumblings to be an NFL head coach. If LSU could land Joe Brady at this stage of his coaching career, I think that would be a great hire. But the number 1 odds, and James, I'm sure you probably can put 2 and 2 together, Jon Sumrall, he's the head coach of Tulane. James, any of those names exciting you? Oh, by the way, let me sneak one more in there for you, James. James Franklin, 4th best odds at 6-1. Any of those names do anything for you for the LSU head coaching job?
I swear to God, you hire James Franklin, I will sign off on a January 6th in Baton Rouge, dog. You just replacing one with the other, just with some darker complexion. That's all you're doing. But no, I will say, hey, man, it's one of those things. You know, we talk about it with NFL hiring is like, do you just go down the well or do you just find someone who might be just innovative, something different that you ain't had? Because I mean, look, like you said, Tulane head coach is doing something. He's basically in the area. Why not? I would like it. I don't know how LSU fans would feel, but you got to think about it, LSU fans. you got that one title with Saban, you got that one title with Les Miles, you got that one title with Coach O. Really, other than that, we're talking 3 titles in a span of 25 years, which, some schools would take. But like you mentioned, resources, players, NIL. And I mean, look what Brian Kelly lost in the NIL world. You got to find somebody who's going to bring in NIL money, who these boosters are going to rave about, because Brian Kelly lost the number 1 recruit last year in Bryce Underwood, who's quarterbacking right now at Michigan, which is it really panning out? Maybe it wasn't that bad of a decision, but still, when you hear those headlines, lose the number 1 recruit in high school to basically Michigan. At the end of it, hey, it's just gonna come down to the new world, man. And I will say this, Brian Kelly, just find you a job that you don't have too much expectations for. Like I said, coach at Notre Dame, there might have been some expectations, but we know nobody ever gives Notre Dame any freaking credit or anything. But when you come down to LSU, you gotta be able to win the big games, get to the SEC title, get into the playoff, and definitely win a title, hopefully. But hey, like I said, I ain't seen Lane Kiffin do that in them 4 years.
But y'all let us know in the comments who is the best choice to be the next LSU head coach, and where should Brian Kelly head now that he is out in Baton Rouge? Y'all let us know in the comments, and we'll see y'all next time.